You're not talking about technology? No, I'm not. I'm talking about human to human and emotional intelligence, and it's perfect for what you all do every day. And so we just heard a number of speakers. We talked about disruption and innovation and how we have to be agile. Does anybody ever feel like this? Like on a daily basis, when you just want to take a little sip of water, but it's like drinking out of a fire hose? With everything that's coming at you and what you're expected to do. So you have to be masters of change. You have to be personalizing learning and development. You have to be helping people fail forward. You have to be including harassment, diversity and inclusion, and all of these things that are falling on your plates. And then also, oh, by the way, there's all this new technology that's coming your way. We just heard Shauna say in the next 18 to 24 months. And so if you're not using it, we have to be agile thinkers. So how does EQ fit into this? And why does HR need to be at the forefront in leading this change in organizations? It really boils down to emotional intelligence is going to help you not only learn your individual blind spots, but just as we all have blind spots, organizations have blind spots. And it will help your people be better communicators, learning how to take that emotional information and make good decisions, and also manage stress so that we're not in a toxic workplace. So it's critical that HR leads the charge on this. So the other thing that I really think is so important, when I work with organizations, a lot of time I'm working with HR professionals, and one example that comes to mind recently is there's a global firm that I work with, and their headquarters happens to be in St. Pete. And I recently was meeting with the VP of HR, and she's new to the role. And one of the first things that she's said to me on multiple occasions is, "I'm stressed and overwhelmed." Is that the brand that you want to be portraying in your organization? So I said to her, this is a safe place. I'm glad you said that to me. Well, we need to make sure that you're not out there showing that. And you need to be out there introducing yourself. Get out of your office. Go walk the floors. Pick up the phone. We have to start thinking intentionally about what the brand is that HR has. One of the other things she said to me was, HR is seen as punitive. And in a lot of organizations, that is the perception that people have of HR, but it doesn't need to be that way. That can be changed, and it's within your power to do that. So you're in a unique position where you touch every employee during their entire life cycle at an organization. So we have to get to the point where we are building those relationships and showing that we are strategic business partners with them. And one of the things I said to her was, it shouldn't be scary to meet with you. You should be seen as their partner, and you should always be leaving with, what else can I do for you? And really promoting your brand, talking about the good things that you do. And also making sure that people aren't only coming to you when it's something that they need to complain about. Because HR has a lot of different functions, but if you're not promoting what you do, that's what people think. They think it's the scary place. So you have to change that. So, how are we doing on time? Oh, we're good. All right. So I focus on human to human, and one of the core areas of my expertise is emotional intelligence. So when we're thinking about all of this disruption that's happening, we've been feeling like we're forever elsewhere, trying to manage all of these things. We need to be moving to being fully present. So many organizations are matrix designed, but yet people are operating in silos. We need to be encouraging them to adopt a tribe. We have to go from being comfortable to uncomfortable, and that means having crucial conversations. So technology is important, but not if it is replacing human conversations. You cannot allow that to happen. This is one of my pet peeves. I have a friend who always says he's crazy busy when you ask how he is. We have to go from being crazy busy to creating time and space and making it psychologically safe for people to make mistakes so that you can fail forward, innovate, and collaborate. Without it, it's not going to happen. We need to go from being distracted to leaning in. And then the last point is really my hot button. It's having those conversations that matter. Honestly, I see it at all levels. I see it with team members all the way up to CEOs, where people are not comfortable having direct, honest conversations. And they're using technology to avoid. And it's just creating more and more problems. It's creating duplication of effort and frustration. And people are leaving organizations because they're not feeling valued, validated, appreciated. So technology is amazing, and we should incorporate it to make our lives easier, and we should use it to bring people together, but it is not a substitute for human-to-human conversation. So how do we reclaim human to human? You can start by assessing your own EQ. So, this is my specialty, and I don't stand up before you and say that I'm a perfect human being. I am not, I assure you. I have my own blind spots and my own areas of opportunity to work on. You can just ask my family. They will surely tell you that. Implement an EQ program, leading by example. So create a learning and development program that starts with the power of EQ in business and how to have these conversations that are using the skills of assertiveness and empathy. Assertiveness just means direct with respect. It does not mean being abrasive. Unfortunately, people often, that's their perception of it. We have to speak and listen with attention. So one of the things that I talk about in my workshops is, I'll give the example of, I'm your supervisor, I call you in, but instead of giving you eye contact, I'm doing this. I'm not showing you that I validate what you're saying is important. That's a problem. That causes an away response. And then we need to show people how to practice human-to-human, uninterrupted conversations. Because especially as this workforce changes and shifts, these people are coming out of the womb with technology, and it's a lost art. Having a conversation is becoming a lost art. But you're in a unique position to make sure that that doesn't happen. So these are just some pictures of people who are learning how to have repair and trust conversations. So once trust has been broken, how do we repair it? Also how to give effective feedback, but more importantly, how to be a good receiver of it. Because you can be the best giver, but if all you do in your mind is reject, deny, dismiss, find reasons why it's wrong, it doesn't matter. The feedback goes in one ear, not the other. So I'm going to just bring it home. I don't know, is anybody a fan of Brené Brown? So I love her. So this is her leadership manifesto, and I thought it was perfect because I think you all are in the perfect position to lead this. So this is how it goes. We want to show up, and this is from the employees, okay? So this is to you as the leaders. We want to show up, we want to learn, and we want to inspire. We are hardwired for connection, curiosity, and engagement. We crave purpose, and we have a deep desire to create and contribute. We want to take risks, embrace our vulnerabilities, and be courageous. This is my favorite part. Get ready for it. When learning and working are dehumanized, when you no longer see us and no longer encourage our daring, or when you only see what we produce or how we perform, we disengage and turn away from the very things that the world needs from us. Our talent, our ideas, and our passion. What we ask is that you engage with us, show up beside us, and learn from us. Feedback is a function of respect. When you don't have honest conversations with us about our strengths and our opportunities for growth, we question our contribution and your commitment. And lastly, above all else, we ask that you show up. Let yourself be seen and be courageous. Dare greatly with us. If you haven't read this, it's awesome. So that's it. Thank you.